Hey there, welcome back to Matt's Tutorials on Excel. Today I'm going to cover contiguity. Yes, I did say that word right. So we've got contiguous. What is contiguous? It means together in sequence. It means a good structure. They're all linked. Each bit of data is adjacent to the next bit of data. Now, as you can see here in column A, I've created a name field, and in that field I have several gaps in the data, as you can see, like row 6, row 10, row 14, and so on. Now I want to get rid of these gaps. So first of all, I'm going to do it manually in this tab. It goes down to 48, so you think, okay, that's not too bad, we can do that manually, it might take a minute or so. And then I'll show you exactly the same way, but an automatic approach to it by doing a helper column and using that with a filter. So anyway, let's get to it. So to delete a row, you want to highlight the row, right click, and delete. And that's it. So you just go through it all and do that. You can highlight multiple at once. There is a shortcut to do it, and I think it's Control minus. Yes, if you hold Control and press minus, that will do the same thing. So yeah, just going to go through this one quickly. So as you can see, it's not taking too long, but you can imagine with some data sets you might have thousands of rows to go through. So this method is definitely not ideal for a larger data set. Now we ended at row 48 initially, and now that we've cut off all the unwanted blanks, we've actually got only 35 rows of data, including the header. So now what I'm going to do is do exactly the same, but on this automatic tab, and do it with a helper column. So we're just going to call it helper. It doesn't matter what you call it, just give it any name that you see fit. And then I'm going to fit in the first cell 1. And in the second cell, I'm going to go equals 1 plus, and then the first cell. Now if I copy from B3 all the way down to where Robert is in A48, so I go down to B48, you see I get 1 to 47. Now with this range still highlighted, if I copy Control C, if I right click and paste as values, they're not formulated anymore. So that's what we want. We want a unique ID list, which I've just made from 1 to 47. Now if you go to the top and apply a filter, I'm going to do Control Shift L. Whoops, that's the wrong button. That's because I've made a macro before. Okay, that will work for you guys, but for me it didn't. That's fine. I forgot about that. Okay, so if you go to Data Ribbon tab and you go to Filter, you will filter. So now you go on to Name, you go Sort A to Z, and then you go to where 36 is, because that's the first blank. You drag it all the way down to the last number, so down to 48, and you can delete that. So I'm going to right click and delete this time. So now our order's gone into alphabetical order. We wanted our order preserved. Well, that's not a problem. We go to our helper column now, and we go sort smallest to largest, because we made this unique 1 to 47 in ascending order. So now I've done exactly the same. So I've preserved the exact order that the names were in. If I just copy this from the manual tab, I'll put it here, you'll see that it's in exactly the same order still. So that's good. Let's get rid of that. And now we can actually bin column L. So Control minus or right click and delete. Whichever way you want to do it, it's the same thing. Now I'm going to get rid of the filter, and that is it. So yes, that is how you delete unwanted rows in your data that are blank. You just make this helper column. You put equals 1 in the first box. You go equals 1 plus, and then the 1, and drag it down to get a unique list. You could use the row function. It doesn't matter. Just generate numbers in ascending order is the best way to do it. And you filter on the name, cut off all the excess down the bottom, delete it all, and then you filter the numbers column that you've just made back into ascending order, the original order it was, and then your names will be preserved without the spaces anymore. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope this helps.